What's good, fam? Man, oh man, we've been having I don't know about y'all. I had fun this past week. Yeah, I did. And the fun didn't end. I've been running all day long. That's how much fun I had last week that I kept going. I had so much stuff to do this week because I was having too much fun last week. So today just got busy. I don't think I stopped all day long. I think I've been going since about 3, 4 o'clock this morning. Hard work don't stop. The grind don't end. That's for your boy. I take breaks though. I do take breaks. I told y'all that already. But man, it's been going. And now we here. And we finna go some more because hey, I got a little more gas in the tank. I'm capable of a lot more than what I got left. So it's time to get busy, fam, because this past week, we've been talking about the vision statement. We not talked about the mission statement. We tapped into that value statement. And we picked up and learned little things about ourselves. You know, we did a couple of lows. One of them was real sweet. If y'all don't know which one I'm talking about, that's that one from that I picked up in San Antonio at that convention that came back. That 925 was a nice hitter. But that one low, like we did stuff throughout the whole week. But that one low tested all three of them statements. It tested my values, them core values, to see if I was going to stick to it. And by sticking to it, it strengthened that mission statement because I stuck with the same thing day in, day out, didn't deviate, stayed true to myself. And it strengthened the mission statement. And by completing just that one load, because it's one load at a time, doing that one load, even though we did 3 last week, just one load at a time, chipping away, gets us that much closer to the overall goal, which is our vision statement. Now, with that being said, by hammering home them different statements and solidifying, strengthening them, staying true to who we are, it lets us dive into what we're going to talk about tonight, which is that capability statement. What you capable of? What can you do? Because we talk about a lot of stuff. You know, we bring up TWIC card. We bring up change 10. If you don't know, it's switch to change 10. If you took change 9, you should be okay for change 10. But let me stop. But all that starts to fall under capability statement. That's the stuff, you know, what can you do? But that's the surface level. Like we know that. But when y'all ask questions, because we've had this happen a few times, different questions about, hey, BG, how did you get that load? Or what did you say to the broker? Basically, when I tell you about the professionalism of business, etiquette and all that stuff, how to negotiate, that art of negotiation, it stems from the capability statement. When I'm talking to brokers, I pick stuff depending on the conversation. That's my forte. Whether it be, hey, I can pick it up today and get it there tomorrow. That's next day delivery. If it's something that's close by, I can pick it up right now and have it there same day or within an hour or two. That's that final mile. Because there's more than different ways for final miles. Some final miles have you go door to door and drop off stuff. You seen your boy do that with VHO, Amazon Flex, and all that stuff. And some final mile is the truck got it all the way to the warehouse or the plane got it to the airport and you take it the rest of the way or to the port, whatever. All that falls under capability statement. But when you're building a business, you have to know how to put all that stuff together and present it. Because remember, I told y'all, it's little things that we talk about that it's going to start coming up over time. You'll be like, yeah, we did talk about that, BG, when I told y'all about like videos. Not that you have to post them on YouTube. I suggest it because, hey, we're going to talk about that. Nah, that's a whole nother conversation. But that's part of your resume. And your capability statement, same thing. That is your resume. But before we dive into the resume and break down this capability statement, because it might go a little fast tonight because I want to make sure we get all this information out. It ain't, and I'll come back to that. We're going to go a little fast, but I got to holler at the fam because I see them comments just going, and y'all know your boy. I get lost in them comments in a minute, and I can't do that. We got to say what's up to all the fam. What's good, fam? You was first. I talk about you put one APB out on a person, they make sure they ain't late again, man, fam. We glad you're here, B. We glad you're here. Let's see. We got Big Bertha up in that thing with that Silverado. What's going on, fam? And got Green up in this thing. What's good, fam? Mr. Drive Time. What's good, my boy? What's good? Oh man, we got Lucky up in there. I need some advice. Hit us up, Lucky. We here. We gonna break through this thing. What's going on, fam? What's going on? Got the quicks in the building. They always present. Gotta love, fam. Just got a Sprinter high roof. What company you use? I am the company, fam. Me. That's what we talking about. That's the business part we breaking down. It's fam in here in the comments. Some of them work for different courier companies. Some have different dispatchers. As for me, just me and old low board. What's going on, Rich, in the building? Just speaking to everybody. We gotta speak. That's why I love the fan. Y'all be in here talking to each other. I love that about y'all. Depends on what you want to do. Yep. Appreciate you, fam. We coming. Speaking to everybody. What's going on? More Rose up in the thing. Y'all don't know. Y'all got to go hop on TikTok because more Rose be on there. I don't know how you moving, fam, but I love it. You be everywhere, and I love them posts because you show the side of the United States that I don't show, and some people don't. More Rose be everywhere. Y'all want to know TikTok? You better go holler at them. Let's see. Hey, G, when you get time tonight, I'm struggling getting a load. Hold on. Hey, G, when you get time tonight, I'm struggling getting a load, not going northeast or northwest. I had one last week. What kind of load are you talking about? Gotta give me more than that. Give me a little bit more. I need to know what you're talking about. What's good? Everybody in here talking to each other like that. Trailblazer, what's going on, fam? What's going on? Yeah, I know you. So Trailblazer saying he's new to the fan, but Trailblazer been catching up on them videos. I swear. People don't understand how crucial it is when you play catch up on videos because we so far ahead, and I wish everybody would have seen from you. Still day one, because by the time we get to where we going with this thing, you're gonna be you've been here from the beginning. So what's good, fam? Where we at? Where we at? King up in here. What's going on? You in the building? You is what? Hey, we gotta say it again. Welcome to your Trailblazer. Welcome, fam. I rocks with you. I'm still catching up. I know what you mean. But keep grinding. Even when you don't get that load, ask for a packet. For a packet, leave an impression. Exactly. I promise you. What he talking about it for the new fam. Even if you call a broker, it's not going through, the broker might not want to use you, or if it's the first time you worked with this broker, or call that broker or email that broker. Still, sometimes they don't always do it, but still ask for that packet so you can go ahead and fill out the carrier packet, be in the system. So next time a load come up, you already in the system. That's what they talking about, fam. What's going? Oh, whoa. Y'all going, something happened here. That went fam. What's going on? The transporter is in the building. Got to put everybody up talking to the fam. I can't wait for you to get out of jail, fam. We can't be going back to jail. Get him when he not talking about little jail. We talking about FMCSA jail. If you don't know what you're talking about, you got to go over to TikTok and follow Transport. I'm telling you, I ain't gonna like same thing I did with Cole. Sometimes you got to tap in with the fam. They telling you what's going on. You just got to rock with them. What's going on, Magnus in the building? Bless Stephen, Miss BG, Miss G, and fam. Hope that everyone is doing well and had a great week. Did a few gig deliveries today. Trying to get myself geared up for what's coming. Let's get that. I like that because we talk. I'm ready for you to build to that next thing because believe it or not, the world needs what you finna get started. We need you to get that started. A lot of people needed that. You get a pass. You get the pass, go and make that money. Yeah. Now let's dive right into it because I'm not caught up on them comments. So as we going through this, I know fam gonna answer some of it in the comments. Y'all know how it is. I got it on the screen over there, but I'm gonna put it up on the screen over here. So we finna get this thing started because we're talking about capability statement. So first up, and again, I'm gonna put this stuff all in the community post as well. So I know last week's I'm gonna find out a new way as well. I know another way, but we ain't got to it yet. I'm gonna break it down next week. But I'm gonna put all this stuff in the community post as well. So if you got to go back and rewatch, which I'm not mad at, while you go through it, it's all good, fam. So let's go ahead and dive right in this thing. Talk about a capability statement. So the first part of this is gonna be just like the generic because it might be a little tailored to cargo van centric, but it's to show you like the format, like right now it's a couple of pages long. Your capability statement, you normally want to have it like 1 to 2 pages long, depending on your industry. Our industry over in the cargo van, 1 page, quick in and out because brokers, shippers, all that, they got a lot going on. And normally when whoever's reviewing it, they only spending like a minute, maybe 2 on it. So it got to be skimmed. They're going to have bullet points. Like I didn't put the bullet points up and all that. This is just generic. So you can have the ideal. And as we go through, you'll see how I kind of tailor down just a little bit to what your needs are. So, of course, with the capability statement, that first part is all just your information because obviously you got to know who we're talking to. They got to know who they're talking to, where you put your business name. You on most of us own operators, but even if not, as you get to going, you still want to eventually get to the owner operator. If not, in the time being, because I know some people have the insurance, but they're running under the courier company and all that stuff. You're still considered an owner operator. You just work for a courier company. The reason I say that is because this capability statement goes to brokers if you want to get those direct brokers. It also gets to those direct contracts. When you're looking for contracts, remember I told you we hadn't got that far in the business part of it, but I told you last year sometime where I was like, hey, when you got them down days, those off days, those warehouses, the facilities around you that do stuff, you might want to go in there and start doing work, putting yourself out there to see if you can get those contracts, or through email, which we'll tap into that a little bit later on tonight. Location, city, obviously, so you know where you're at. The service area, whether you, because some people want to stay local, some want to be regional, some want to go all over the nation. Like your boy, I'm going all over the United States. I tap into Canada and tap barely into Mexico, like barely. I ain't going into Mexico, but I tap in there because I'm in Texas, and anybody that knows Texas, Laredo actually sits like in Texas and in Mexico, like certain border towns. Even if you way out in California, you just walk across the border and get Tijuana. You see what I'm saying? So I go Mexico, Canada, so that's why it might be nationwide, but however you want to set it up. With the goals, if you dream big enough, where God got to intervene, maybe even worldwide. Let me stop. Let's keep going. And yeah, MC and the DOT, which I know we had some of the fam asked already. As of my last research, the MC hasn't went away. I know we said October. They told us that in 2024. They said it again in 2025. They said they was going to roll it out in phases. I still haven't seen those phases, so we're still on that. But let's get into the core of it. Now, on the generic side, it looks like this, where it's like your business name provides reliable, time-critical cargo van transportation solutions, specializing in expedited and last-mile delivery. That's emphasis, because even though we run all over the United States, normally when they come to us, they need us to get us there. It ain't like the 18-wheelers where they might go in warehouse to warehouse. Some take them to direct places, but for the most part, that's what we do. We don't just run all over the place with a van full of stuff and drop off in 5 different locations. So we expedited last mile. We support shippers, brokers, and contractors with safe, efficient, and on-time freight involvement. That is a crucial piece, because we're going to build, and it's going to get to the point where we dive into government contracts. We're not there yet, but we're going to get there. Now, under each one of these, like core competencies and equipment and capacity, you're going to narrow this down. I listed a few of them, but it's the same way when we did with the statements. You normally have 3 or 4. Pick those solid 3 or 4 that you normally do, because like we got up here to expedite it, the last mile, same day. Obviously, you can narrow that down like we did in the statements into like one quick one, like expedited last mile, same day delivery. You see what I'm saying? Like it can all be narrowed down. Dedicated routes, because they like us dedicated. Non-CDL, that kind of is a given with us, but you'll be surprised the amount of direct shippers that don't know that we don't fall under that, because there are a few cargo van drivers that are CDL holders, and that comes into play when if you go to a company that has hazmat or something like that. White glove, lift gate freight, because I only put that on there because I have seen a few Sprinter vans with lift gates, but basically it's just the core competencies, basically what you're going to provide. And the reason I say that is because it doesn't necessarily have to stick with this. There are some people that use their cargo van. I'll give you an example. You might be doing hauliways of appliances. You might be one that does medical stuff haulaway. It depends. I just use that for an example. But those are whatever your specialty is going to be in your business, cargo van, and all that. Of course, your equipment and capacity is basically what your cargo van can do. That's all it is to it. The GPS enabled tracking, because again, some people, not all, I've seen a few cargo van Sprinter drivers that do have ELDs in there because they're companies. Most of us they track us on the phone in real-time communication. So that basically depends on how you want to word it. You don't have to worry about that, but you just basically saying what you can do so the shipper, the broker, whoever knows what they can utilize you for. But the biggest one that I want you to keep in mind when you look at this is that enclosed weather protected freight. That's real huge because there are shippers, depending on the shipment, they don't want this stuff getting too hot or too cold, depending on the region of the United States that you're in and your equipment. All right, let's get to the next page. On the next page, remember, we got to consolidate this. The industry service, again, this is long. It don't have to be all this. It narrows it down. I'll just put up a few examples so you can have an idea of the type of industries, because your industry can be a whole lot. It don't have to just be logistics or freight or e-commerce, automotive and manufacturer. Like automotive, some can be like, I deliver tires. It's just that simple. Medical and pharmaceutical, like you might be a medical equipment, or there are some people that do I just forgot the name of it. It's the one where you pick up the samples and all that from different clinics. That's all falls under medical. But then when you look at it, because here we go, keep up, stick with me. When you say the medical, I'm gonna go back for just a second. That medical falls under that core competencies again, because if you do that where you have bloodborne pathogen and all that stuff, that can fall under the core competencies of what you can possibly do. All right, let's get back to it. The biggest one for us is those differentiators. Now, when y'all ask, when we talk about how do I get certain lows, this is the part where I define what I can do. I put a lot up here, but some of them is self-explanatory, like the FMCSA and the safety and compliance. But one of the big ones that's going on right now is the clean driving record. That helps you clean driving record, speaking English. We know what's going on in the world. That is a big one for brokers and shippers, mainly shippers, because simple fact, nobody wants their freight held up. You back to those values. If you see strict on-time deliveries, that's back on those values that, remember I told you it all. By the time we finish it, it'll all go together, because those values, that strict on-time delivery, that's you sticking to your values to make sure you complete the mission to get the overall vision. So that's what those differentiators are. As much as we don't like it, the biggest one up there, the 24/7 dispatch and communication, because you know when they get you, they're going to call you all day, all night, day and night. It don't stop. But again, these are just things that you have to narrow yourself down. Now, I'll give you an example. You don't necessarily put low overhead equals competitive pricing. This is the differentiator for yourself, where you are able to put like you offer the best rates in the city, or you can match, like how they say price match and all that. Of course, don't just let people tell you anything. Still price match it to the best that still hits your numbers. That's why we talk about hitting your numbers so much. Don't price match or don't give the competitive rate that goes below your number, because then you're going to be operating at a loss, and we don't want that. But the rest of them, like professional, compliant, insured, that's the same stuff that we talk about all the time. So I ain't going to hold y'all up on that. And on the third page, it's the basic things. The past performance, one of the biggest things on that, because the first two kind of go hand in hand with the other stuff that we already talked about. But this is where you might list those major businesses. That's why it says business information. If you have those major businesses, say like, for example, and it depends on the industry you're going. That's why I put it up there. Say you're doing medical. We know it's all types of cancer research facilities. I use that. Like you put those type of names of those companies in there. But if it's also at the same time, put those alienators. So we know, like, for example, Amazon Relay is normally box trucks and 18-wheelers. But at the same time, they do have contracts at Amazon that are for Sprinter vans. So if that's one you do or you done, put that in there, because that stands out. That says, oh, you've already been vetted and you've been approved and you work with Amazon. That means that you are trustworthy, reliable. That goes back into those core values and those mission values and mission statements and vision statements, and that goes back in there. So put the businesses in there that you work for that actually stand out, that makes a difference. And again, I know we ain't got to government contracts, but I'm trying to give y'all the heads up for way we're going and where it's going to eventually get to. That NAT code, those are two of the NAT codes that apply to us. It's more than that. But those are the two of the codes for us. And I just lost my train of thought for UEI. If y'all in the comments, remind me what UEI is. But UEI, like how we have DUNS numbers for everybody, UEI is a special code that you get for government contracts. And I just lost the acronym that fast. Oh, well. Matter of fact, I got my phone right here. I'm not going to do that. Let's pull it up. Let's pull it up because I just lost the thing in my right now in my mind, and I don't want y'all to miss that. All right, unique entity identifier. It's a 12-character alphanumeric number that you get when you start doing government contracts. But the NAT codes are the ones that you assign for yourself. That's when you sign up with sam.gov and all that. We haven't got that far, but that's the kind of stuff that you'll put on there because it lets the shipper know that you also do government contracts as well. And the reason that plays a big part is because certain companies have contracts with the government. And if they need you to move their freight for them, they know they already have a contractor that they can use, as in you, that's already approved by the government. For example, say the people that make toilet tissue, say the base or some government entity needs 2-3 pallets of toilet tissue. They know they can use your services because you're already approved through the government to run under the government and do work with the government. That's why I got the minority, veteran, small businesses. It's more to it because it's women-owned business, Indian-owned. It's all types of different businesses that go into that as well. And then you end it with the contact information. Just that simple. That's the overview. I know I kind of went through that kind of fast, but I want to make sure you at least get the information in case you got questions while we're talking about it. But let me tap in, top of the comments, because I see them things is running. Let's see where we stopped at. Let's see, where did I stop at? Boy, y'all been talking. Okay, that's where I was at. Oh, no. Okay, that's where I was at. If y'all don't know what I'm talking about, got to go watch. No, don't know what transport to talk about. Got to go to his TikTok. I'm not putting him out there. And I agree with you. Keep that contract. It's a nice one. Got to go to his TikTok. It's the transporter on TikTok. You know I do snow. You know I don't do snow or ice. So try to stay on button part of triangle. I use the load board as you talk, but it's not working. It might just remember. I just thought about what you're asking now. So remember, we're still in that beginning part of the year. Remember, I don't know if nobody went back. Go back last year when this same part of the year when I started off slow. It's gonna start picking up, but it hasn't started picking up yet. It's after the holidays. They got to start getting going. So it ain't fully picked up yet. And then as much as you don't want to think about it, politics and everything plays a role into this thing. So it's moving slow right now. It's going to pick up, but it also depends on areas and all that as well. It's a lot to it. Because of that, I did one load last week. I bid it for 12 hours, 2 days straight, and never got hit back. You're doing something I'm missing. Read the next paragraph. Oh, where is the next paragraph? Okay, that's the next one. I try to only do lower board, but I can't find anything. I really think you need to do a live video as you did with insurance. I'm starting, but it's costing me. I applied to CDL jobs last week. All right, I will figure out the live video part. I got you on that. I'll figure that out and get one out to show it. But it's basically what we're talking about now. The conversations I have sound sort of similar to this. The network, not the networking, the negotiating, which is basically the statement stuff. But I will work on that for you. What are you using to book loads? If you draw a line to Fresno, California, to Greensboro, North Carolina, I stay under that line until March or April. Yeah, basically, it's the area. It's a whole bunch of, like, for example, I give you one in Texas right now. What I was looking, because I stopped looking on what the last load I did Thursday, but throughout Monday through Thursday, each day I would say on average I was seeing 5 to 10 loads pop up a day, and that's not normal because they're ramping back up. It's just how it is right now, because you got to think it's a couple things, like they only shipping to certain spots. Certain spots they're not shipping to because they don't want their stuff getting caught in bad weather and not making it because of snow, rain, whatever. That all plays a factor. And then the time of year, a lot of people aren't building stuff like because of the weather, depending on where you're going. It's just a whole bunch of factors. That's why I kind of shut it down during December and January, because that's when it's slow for us. It starts around Thanksgiving, but we talked about that. I ain't gonna go too much. How much does insurance cost? Is different for everybody. It depends on so many factors. It's your driving history, where you're located, city, state. It's different for everybody. So I can't give you an exact number. I know a roundabout range. I know from talking to people, it ranges from 800 to 1200. I know some people above it or below it, but if I just had to pick in the middle from the conversations I had, it's between 8 to 1200. Where are you in the triangle? He's on the outside. He's on his triangle is way over there in the Carolinas. I'm pretty sure y'all already said that. Yep. Insurance depends on MVR and location. Appreciate you, Trail. I said I talked. That's the one we just read. Very thankful for the info. Learned a lot from your content. Hey, fam, that's what we're here for. I'm glad it's working out for you, fam. I hope we can keep helping. That's the whole goal for it. Which load boards, and like the quick said, where in the triangle are you? Some boards are better in certain areas. Correct. Do you know if you get an ELD, do you have to follow the hours of service, even though we are non-commercial? I've been thinking of getting an ELD with Geotab as it opens up highway load boards. So it's two things right now. I'm glad you asked that question. So two things. If you do have it in there, keep in mind, if you do have it in there and you happen to get stopped, the police, DOT can use it. Keep that in mind. It's like anything. When you add something, they can look at whatever they want to. It's not a requirement, but if they see it, they can look. The other thing is with highway, thanks to the quick station, they provided this information. But highway now is getting ready to go to a thing where, like everybody else, they're going to use cell phones. So basically all these tracking apps and all that we already got, highway's going to jump on board with that. So they'll be able to track with the phone like all the rest of them. That's a new thing that they're working on. I don't know if it's out yet because I haven't. The lows I ran this past week were people that I was already with. So I haven't ran into it yet, but I saw they talked about it. They appreciate your trail. I'm putting everything up. Y'all know how we do. Rich, you do not have to follow. We do not feel the necessity for it. Companies are getting around the exemption by using phone. Yep. Quicks was already on it. They sent it to me as well. That's what fam is for. I appreciate you, fam. I use DAT as G taught me with all the settings. A lot of the freight coming and going to the top of the triangle. Coming in, going to the top of the triangle where the weather is bad. Also, my carriers and are CCN lows close to me, and it's not coming up. It's just, so remember, all the stuff that comes on DAT, there's a few low brokers that don't use DAT. For the most part, DAT, Truck Stop, and a lot of them, they pushed out the same loads, but there are some brokers that are specific to one load board. Now, the majority are on all of them, but then there's those handful that aren't. And then, like you said, your carriers, they might have a relationship with people. That's another thing as well. So Amazon do Sprinter vans, not Flex, but Relay. Yes. So depends on your market. Markets dictated this too. There is not every single market, but there are some Amazon facilities that do have contracts that are dedicated for Sprinter vans. Those 1, 2, 3 pallets, go to the post office and all that great jazz, or wherever they send them to. Most of the time it's post office. And they do have them depending on the area that you're in, and it's got the same kind of requirements as box trucks. You got to do, you got to have 6 months active MC, and you got to do so many. You got to get a score to starting to get recommended. So the first one, and the better you do, your score goes up. But Amazon is a finicky one because if you mess up, that score gonna go down too. Just for y'all to know, Mr. Drive trying to say South Carolina. Let's see, where am I at? Appreciate you, fam. Appreciate you. Thank you, man. I love y'all. Amazon is no, they don't accept CV and Sprinter vans. Only in certain markets. I know, where was one? Was it Dallas? It's new. It's new. This just started like the middle towards the end of last year. I'm gonna get the information and I'll get it out to y'all, so I know exactly where they are. I get the information because, matter of fact, I ran into somebody that was running one. I'll get the information and get it out to y'all. Let's see. We don't need. Yep, that's the ELD cargo van. Yep, they know. Like, he knows that. He's just asking that question because he's for his own tracking purposes. They not my Texans, so I don't know who you talking to. The transport, you know me. Me and my Cowboys already in Cancun. I need to go join them. It's cold out here. Let's see. Got Cole in the building. Good evening, fam. On the road right now, so I won't be in the chat, but wanted to tap in real quick. Couch delivery went great, BG, and I got a great pickup on the way back too. That's Cole, y'all. If y'all know you're talking about Cole. The truck, we put it in the video, got it load, dropping one off, and got one coming back. Congrats, fam. Cole already getting it in that van. I mean, in that truck. Let's see. TQL is requiring me to get an ELD for my Sprinter van. You sure that's TQL? Because I do a lot of TQL loads, and you might want to call that broker back because it's not a requirement. It's not a requirement. I feel the same way, but it's a few brokers like Circle, Armstrong, Cardinal, Ryder. I'm trying to get on with. I've been running some Global Trans, worldwide loads. So Circle, I ran a couple Circle loads and Global Trans, and they didn't say nothing about the ELD to me. So I don't know. And Armstrong, they mentioned it once, and I told them to explain the situation, and they let it go. Telling Cole the great news. Stay safe. Yeah, stay safe out there, fam. Trailblazer, appreciate you, fam. Let's see. I'm trying to catch up before we go on to the next part. See, Houston was popping Thursday. Saw about 100 lows. I shut it down. I dropped off that morning and I was done. Try the cheapest one on a monthly basis just to get onboarded with them and cancel if you can. That's a good idea. They'll eventually not need it from you eventually. That's a good idea. I didn't think about that. That's a good one. That's a good one. Rich, I already know. I know it's slow, G, but the carriers I have, such as Fox and Brumpy, send me loads that are not on DAT load board. But when I bid, they want to pay 70 cents, and that won't answer, and they won't answer back. Again, that goes back to that part of know what you need, know your number. At the same time, don't, because it takes time when you letting that mature, so you don't need them, and you get that to be able to move around and control it how you want to, where you go and don't go. That does take times. But remember, I told you, I forgot what video it was, that carrier companies do build the same way I talk about relationships I build. Can you imagine a company with a bunch of different people that's making phone calls and building relationships, and that company knows, like, hey, I do good business with you because you just said 70 cents. I don't have to deal with somebody that's going to try and bid more. I know I can go with you, and I'm always going to pay a cheaper price in the broker. And in some cases, I don't know about yours specifically, some cases, those companies know, like, hey, no, I'm going to keep some of this profit. They got their number they want that they got to hit as well, too. So keep that in mind as well. See what I said? The insurance, 800 to 1200, 780 is a good number. Couch pickup was 700, sold for 1740 a week later. Going to be a similar number for the one I'm bringing back. I like those numbers, Cole. I like that. $1,000 profit, 1,000 plus. I like it. Yep. See, there's somebody in TQL, no ELD. Call and make sure. Call and make sure. Yeah, we're gonna move to the next part. We already started, Cole, on the first one, so I know you playing catch up. So there we go. Highway already got the tracking app in motion. So yeah, it's already going. Green, you ain't late. You ain't late, fam. What's going on? Well, I love the quick. They be already ahead of me on so much stuff, and I love y'all for that. I love y'all. Appreciate you, fam. Stay away from Global Trans. They pay cheaply. SG. So Global Trans pays cheaply for those U-boxes, which we can't take. But when the global transloads I've gotten, they've been all over $1.25 every single one. So it depends. It depends on where you're at. Got to get a congrats to Stride Cole getting it. Do you offer lease on under authority? I don't. I don't know if nobody else in the fam do, but I don't. TQL didn't. Yep, no ELD. They asking if you got TikTok, Mr. Drive Time. Better get you one. A lot of them are updating the terms like JB Hunt now needs a year. By the way, TQL in trouble due to broker. Yep, I saw that about TQL being in trouble with the broker transparency. I don't know if they're gonna get this suspended. We're gonna see. We all gonna wait and see because if they go out, it's gonna go crazy. What's the plan? Another van in the future? Don't know yet. I don't even call it. I go how I go. I everybody that know me, I have a guy blow. That's how I go. He say go left, I go left. He say go right, I go right. I want to be totally on low boards like you. I'm going on a tear next month. Hey, you put it in motion. That's all we talking about. These statements and vision statements is for what you want to do. Fox and Brumper will never be on the low board. They are not brokers or shippers. They are dispatchers. They feed off the low boards. Didn't know that because I don't work with them. So that explains why they getting it. They one of them ones we probably talked about in Atlanta that got all the phones calling all the brokers because I'm not out there in your region. So keep that in mind. So I don't see it when you're seeing it. So they might got it when it pop up and all of it go out there. Because remember, with the low board, one of the key things people don't keep in mind is that refresh finger. You're literally holding the phone doing this the whole time because it'll go up and down real fast. I'm new to the game with my Sprinter van, which is the top company you recommend because they be trying to offer me 80 cents per mile. Are you with a courier company or you get it off the low board? That makes a big difference. That makes a big difference. Where are you getting it from? Are you on low boards or the courier company is trying to give you for 80 cents? Just started a TikTok. Good. Get over there to the Quicks, the transporter, more rolls. It's a bunch of fam. Get over there. I was saying I'm going on 1 year next month. Hey, this is the time. We're gonna have to do another one-on-one. Me and you gonna have to do another one-on-one. So yeah, let's get back to this stuff. Now this part gonna go a little faster with the capability statement because I caught up on the comments. As you see, I highlighted because this is the part where we kind of remember I told you we narrow it down. If you see, I took some of them out. Only the main things I took out was the intro. And the outro, which it's outro. It sounds like I'm making a song. We took out the beginning of the capability statement and the ending, which is basically the signature block. So basically that beginning part that had all your information in the signature block at the bottom, I took those out. And then if you look, I narrowed it down. So the same information that was in the beginning, the first one I showed you, you need to tailor it down to your specifically capabilities and all that stuff. But I highlighted in this one, these are the main things you need to think about because for the most part, cargo van, most of us are dealing with brokers. We've been talking about load boards all this whole time. So that, as you know, your board runs off load boards. I know some of you do. And then I know a lot of you are looking for that direct shipper. I'm not, but I know y'all are, and I want y'all to understand that information you're giving that direct shipper. So that's why it's highlighted. You don't put that at the top. I just highlighted it so you know that this is kind of tailored a little more to getting a broker or a direct shipper optimized. It's optimized to get a broker or a direct shipper because obviously you don't make a capability statement and keep it to yourself. You got to send it to somebody, which we're going to talk about that in a second. So if you notice that your business name at the top, when I highlighted, it's narrowed down to provides reliable, on-time cargo van transportation for freight brokers and direct shippers requiring fast acceptance, clear communication, damage-free delivery. We specialize in expedited and last-mile freight with direct point-to-point service. So if you notice in that sentence, we tapped in some of the competencies that we mentioned in the first one. That's why you don't see it there because we tapped into it. You put it in that because remember I told you it was a couple of pages long and we need to solidify it down to the 1 to 2 pages. So you put that into who you are, those competencies, you put them up there. You narrow those 2, 3, 4 down and you put them into who you are. Kind of how we did when we broke down the vision statement, mission statement, vision, how we kept breaking it down. This is breaking it down a little bit more to tailor it. Now, The services, you still need to narrow that down. I just left that up there. You still need to narrow it down because obviously, like for example, non-CDL cargo van transportation, most of us don't need that. You wouldn't even put that on there. Point-to-point direct runs, no transfers. Now that's kind of already a given when we put it in the top part, but I put that right there because the simple fact is letting them know you're not, because one of the biggest things with brokers, because that's what it's tailored to brokers and direct shippers. One of the biggest things with brokers is they don't like double brokering. They don't like that. So it's letting them know, like, hey, when you work with me, there's not going to get it. It's not getting passed off to nobody. I'm doing it point to point. And y'all know the lows when I get in and be like, BG, you got more room in there. You could have put something else in there. If I find it, I find it. But the whole part of, remember the values in my mission, when I get it, same day, next day. So that's why that direct, dedicated, and contract routes. Because when you give me a load, I'm going to get it there. Those direct shippers and brokers, when you see contract routes, sometimes brokers have contract routes. I missed out on 2 of them once before. Boy, they would have been nice because they lined up with not me having an exact working directly with a direct shipper, because you know that's not what I want to do. But for those contract routes, some run on only Mondays. The one I was talking about ran on Fridays. That dropped off on Monday, and I would have wanted that one because that meant every Friday I would have had a pickup, Friday pickup, drop off Monday, and then I could have ran all week as long as I got back to pick up on Friday. So that would have worked out for me. But that's why you put that on there. And obviously, last mile final delivery, that's all kind of interpreted. So the next part you want to think about is your equipment. Remember, we already talked about that. It's the same stuff. We don't want to go into that. We ain't got to go into that. I already talked about it. But the part that you need, where you see it highlighted, why brokers and shippers choose us, it's sort of like, I want y'all to keep this. It's kind of like how we do on the live. It's kind of like, it's like speaking. Your capability statement has to speak for you because they're reading it when you're giving it out to people. So anytime you do anything speaking engagement, for those of y'all that are getting ready to start doing your YouTubes and all that, when you think about a comedian, think about a speaker, think about a preacher, think about anybody, a teacher, anybody that does any type of speaking. They present you with a question that makes you think, why? And so when you put why brokers and shippers choose us, whoever's reading this is be like, oh, why is everybody choosing you? And it's because I'm going to get it. I'm going to accept the load fast. That when they say fast load acceptance, you think this is worded as though you're a broker or a direct shipper. It's not worded for you. Fast load acceptance is like saying the broker, you're going to be on time. It's saying a couple things. You're going to be on time to get the load. When I told you, like the last one, I was already at the airport and I'm going to get that. And I got it up out of there fast as possible. That's that behind the scenes stuff that they want you to do that they don't even mention because it's something you learn over time. Just remember, professional business etiquette. When you go up and like, hey, it's not me. Just wanted to follow up with you because the broker wanted to make sure it's a Sprinter van load. And he or she just want to know, hey, are we going to be able to get it? Because they're expecting expedited. I'm not here to bother you. That ain't who I am. I know y'all got a job. Matter of fact, you the middleman like I am. We the middle person. We at the disposal of the broker or whoever's bringing the cargo to the front. It ain't normally the in-office person. But that kind of thing, that's the behind the scenes that lets you know fast load acceptance. Get it as fast as possible. Reliable pickup, delivery time, clear communication, because we talked about these. These are values. If you listen to what they're saying, it's all the value stuff, it's the stuff, the mission stuff, the day in and day out. From pickup to POD, as much as they annoy you, you got to let them know, whether it's email or phone call. I normally do email on site, loaded and en route, ETA this. That's all it is. Even when I told you I'll be going somewhere, hey, I'm Friday pickup, Monday drop off, I'm going to drive straight there. I tell them all the time, if I'm on the road, if I'm OTR, when y'all be like, BG, why you straight shoot it like that? Because I already told the broker that's tracking me, I'm picking it up there Friday. I'll be there Friday evening, or I'll be there first thing Saturday morning, and it's going to sit all weekend with me right around the corner. That's why I get hotels 2-3 miles away so they can see, and I'm just sitting there. That's how you build reputations, and that's how the brokers call you back. Clean same day POD. I know a lot of people don't like to do it, but as soon as that load over with, like I tell you all the time, BOL POD already sent up. It's going to hit the account today because I want to get in there for the timeline. so the money will hit. All of these are things that brokers and shippers want to know. And the owner operated, again, that goes back to saying that I'm not finna pass your load off to somebody else. It's sticking with me. I'm the only person you got to talk to. I'm the only person you got to deal with, unless you have some type of dispatch services where there's family, friends, dispatch service where somebody's talking to you on your behalf and all that, then that's different, but it's still on family. And then everything else is the stuff that we already talked about. But the only thing that's different, you notice in the industry served, I added freight brokers and 3PLs. That 3PL one is a big one because it shows that you might, because we talked about what's the word I'm looking for? Even though we know you're doing it direct and you're doing everything, working with a 3PL shows that, hey, I go get stuff from other people and I still get it there on time, fast, reliable. It shows that. Not that the 3PL couldn't do it, but it's showing that you even helped out other people because the third-party logistics could have hired anybody. But yeah, let's bring this down. So yeah, that's what you want to narrow down in capability statement. And I know y'all like, BG, I got that. You narrowed it down. Now, what do I do with it? And I'm going to tell you in just a second. Let me catch up on these comments. I'm going to tell y'all in just a second what we're going to do with it. Let's see. Where are we at? Where did I stop at? Okay, we were talking about brokers. Fox does have a broker's call. I didn't know that. Creative. I think they get some loads and they are using a fruit load boards we don't know about. I didn't know that. That's good to know. Brumpy and Fox both use selectors. I don't have selectors, so that's good to know. That's good to know. I just need to know, is it possible to be totally on the load board at 11 months? Yes. Yes, it is. I've totally on the load board around what? 7, 8? Yeah, it was around 7 or 8. Yeah, it was about 7 or 8. Some contracts. That's why your rate is the 80 cents. So this is going back to the comment like saying the 80 cents. That's the contracts. Now, if you're getting the contracts directly from a shipper, like there's no middle person, there's no courier company, there's no brokers, nobody. It should be higher than 80 cents. Normally, for the most part, direct contracts are way higher. The ones from the brokers and all that, because they get their part, take their money out. And courier companies and all that. Then, dispatch companies, you got to give them a certain percentage. But dispatch companies normally want to give you more money because they get a higher percentage. But that's a whole other ball game, depending on how the dispatch company is set up. Because some dispatch companies and courier companies, one and the same, kind of like what the Quicks already said earlier. Appreciate your fam. Yeah, hey, y'all see it. You know me. I never request for whoever it's going to get to. It's going to get to. Y'all know how I rock, fam. Keep at it and building good relationships. Yep. I found after a while, my company's getting me loads at higher rates. I did 2,700 round trip at 96 cents per mile. That's good. So we talked about that. I forgot, y'all. I promise you, I can't remember all the videos. My brain everywhere today. We talked about that before in one of the videos over time with courier companies, especially because we got some of the fam in here and they can vouch for it. Like I remember like the transporter. I remember Every Day I'm Wrestling. You can go watch some of his videos on YouTube as well. That's fam. And they talk about that a little bit. Like in the beginning, it's rough, but as you build that, again, that's what we talk about, these capability statements and all that stuff. As you start showing who you are and proving your track record, then you'll start getting to negotiate a lot different. It's kind of like seniority, like over time. Thank you for the advice and everything else. I started at church, so it was a little difficult because I have to be back by Sunday morning, but I'm trying to make it work. Yep. I know that, fam. I know you're talking to the Quicks, but I'm putting everything up. Y'all know how it go. Any of the fam lease on authorities, I'm Atlanta. I forgot his name. I'm gonna have to find his name. I got it. Atlanta. I got it. Even though Atlanta ain't to the fourth quarter, that's what we said, October. That's gonna be October, but I'm gonna reach out to fam and see what he's going, because we got a fam in Atlanta that's working on starting up a dispatch service. So I'm gonna reach out to him. Well, damn, it's a him, her. It's a family affair. I love it. And I'm gonna reach out to them and see what they got rocking. and how, if they're ready to put that information out yet. Capability statement is on point, fam. Should also be added to your email templates for quick access as well. Look at you. Look, that's why I love the quick. We getting there. I told you it's coming. We not done. I'm finna hit you next. I'm finna hit that up in just that next thing we talk about. Y'all, boy, I love y'all quick. Y'all be at it. I'm at 11 months on the 24th. I use load boards, Fox and Brumpy. They have their advantages like Fox and Brumpy. I pay no factoring. Long lows, I try the dollar, but I'll take 80 cents and try the partial. That's a good rule of thumb. Good rule of thumb. Boy, I'm tongue tied. BG, that last video about Vision was epic. I hope everyone watches it. Appreciate you, fam. Company name, MC number. Okay. 7 inches. Biz are time sensitive. Hello. Yep. That's all the information, because normally they'll be like, once you send it, they'll be like, give me the driver info and da. Yeah, I do that sometimes too, depending on the company and how fast stuff is going, because some companies already, when you work with certain brokers more than once, or certain companies, believe it or not, they already got your information in there. Sometimes I tell you, I call and they'll be like, hey, Billy, what's going on? It's amazing. It's hilarious. Consider the following bid, rate negotiable, pickup date and time delivery. So basically, Rich is basically telling you put all this in the email. Team solo, U.S. citizen, clean background. Yes, he's telling you these are all things that go on either email, but also into these capability statements. Good, appreciate you, Rick. This is the stuff that he's putting in there. It's stuff and examples like that you will put on your capability statement based on your cargo van. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Let's go back. Put all this stuff in there. It can go in the email it goes both ways, in the email when you bidding on the load board or in your capability statement. Appreciate you, Rich. This really does help. I put it back up so y'all can capture it. And if you're not, you can go back. I left it up a few seconds, pause it in the live, go back, and then you put it on there. And he also put that part when I was talking about the English speaking, like that's a thing now. We know it. But these are things that you put on there for your equipment. Thanks with the E-Tracks, because they do ask about that blanket strap. This is the stuff you put in your equipment and capacity and stuff like that to let them know what you can do. Mr. Drive Time, put your TikTok handle in there. They gonna help you out. The Quick's trying to reach out to you. That's my email template. Feel free to use it. Just have to space it out and put your info in it. I pin it to my keyboard for quick. That's a good job. That's what I was saying. So even though that's his email template and it's copy and paste, remember I told y'all a long time ago, I got mine that I copy and paste. MC number, rule of sprinter word, blah, blah, blah. But that's also, you could take some of those nuggets out of that Rich had and put that also on your capability statement, because some of those are standalones that make a difference in your capabilities statement. Yep, Quick's agreeing. All right, Mr. Drive Time is the TikTok handle. The only thing I put in the email is, does the sprinter van work, and my MC number to try to get the load. That's what I do. So do that as well. Send that a first one, that initial, that blah, get that out there. But at the same time, depending on where you're at as well, that's why Rich was saying that's where you got to put that on there as well. All right, and then what's the Quick asking the Quick? So final, going back to circle back around with the Quick said when we were up here. Capability statement is on point, fam. Should also be added to your email templates for quick access as well. So that capability statement, you also, when you're reaching out, and this goes multiple ways. So remember afterwards, I told y'all after certain loads, I'd be like, here, see the attached BOL says PLD. If you have any other loads, please let me know. Blah, blah, blah. We've talked about that. But also, because it's multiple ways to skin this thing, you can attach your capability statement to that. Or after you get back, in the downtime, you've done so many loads that week, send out a reminder email like, hey, thanks again for the opportunity to work with you. Here's what I'm capable of. But we finna tap into that. And so that's when we go into this, which is the email. Now, this is that email that you send to somebody like either after a load, later on, like a day or two later when that initial email, or if you go make contact with somebody at a warehouse or facility, you want to get some business, whether it be a broker. Say you get a load and through email, because sometimes I know they tell you no on the phone, but say you get an email and they be like, no, it's Sprinter van won't work, or we got it covered, whatever the case may be. Then reply back, hit them with this email, or set a whole new email chain, because now you got that person's email address. Send that email to them, or certain companies that's in your area that you might want to work with. I told you random ones like before, like P&G, they do paint. The local, remember the places we said back in the beginning of your capability statement, like the automotive parts places, send this to them. Medical places, send it to them, and you're basically saying, hey, hello, my name is this. Well, the hello part is whatever the company is. My name, your business name, obviously. Your name plus your business name. Sorry, tongue-tied. Cargo van transporter, providing specialized and expedited last mile delivery. That's basically you're pulling out the stuff that you already have on your capability statement and you're putting it on here, but you're wording it for email. I'm reaching out to introduce our services and explore what we can support, how we can support your shipping with needs with reliable, on-time, and damage-free cargo van capacity. We work directly with shippers who value clear communication, flexible scheduling, and consistent service, especially for time-sensitive and short-notice freight. You can alter shipper and broker in that sentence however you want to, but you notice it's still the same thing. You pulled all the stuff out of your capability statement by the wording and put it in the email. And then what we offer, the same stuff that's in there. Why shippers choose us, as you see, it's all the same thing. And then why you base that, it's all the same. This is an initial email. You're making contact with somebody. Again, this is going to be, we're going to put this up in the community. But this is that first email. You're making contact. But you know your boy. I told you when I build direct broker relationships, I'm threes. That third time, I get a third load from you. Time for BG to put his magic on. That's when the negotiation, that's where these capability statements, that's where all this stuff comes in it. And so after you send that first email, you backdoor. Now, give it a couple days. After that first email, my suggestion to you is wait about 3-4 days. Now, if they respond right away, that's great. That's great. But if you don't get a response back in 3-4 days, follow-up email. Email 2. That's why the subject says quick follow-up, cargo van support. These, again, are templates. You tweak them how you need to. But 3-4 days later, hit them with a follow-up email. Hello, company. I just want to follow up on the note I sent. It'll be email. Sorry, man. I'll be typing fast. I want to follow up on the email I sent earlier regarding cargo van support for your time-sensitive shipments. If you have any upcoming loads, overflow freight, believe it or not, your boy get a lot of overflow freight. That's where you've seen a bunch of times. It'd be stuff that rebar or some pole pipes that a flatbed left. I get a lot of, that's the ones they be asking for vans, dry vans or box trucks. And it's something that I can take because it's overflow. Somebody left it or they didn't have enough room left in the truck. Our lanes where a reliable expedited cargo van can help. I'd be glad to assist or even handle a trial shipment. Please let me know if this is something worth discussing or if there's a better contact on your team. Same information. Now, that's 3 to 4 days. Wait about 3 to 4 days before you send that second. Now, third time, I'm a 3. I told you I'm a numbers person. 3. That third email, this is just closing the loop. You don't want to be an annoyed person. You know how we are. We don't like it when we get all the emails. Don't be that person. Now, the third email, this time wait about 4 or 5 days. So basically, but no more than 7. You don't want to get lost in the sauce and forgot. So normally about 3 to 5 days. And you close the loop. Hello, company again. I want to close the loop on my earlier messages regarding cargo van support. If you don't have any current needs, no problem at all. Remember, this is all business development, personal. You've been the what's the word I'm looking for? Etiquette. That's why you're talking like this. If you don't have any current need, no problem at all. Should you need expedited or last mile cargo van capacity in the future, I'd be happy to assist. Thank you for your time, and I wish you continued success. That's the couple days later. So all in all, after you got your capability statement, you're reaching out to people, whether it be brokers, whether it be direct shippers, all that here and there. That's what it should take you about a week and a half, no more than 2 weeks to send those 3 emails if you don't get any response back. Keep track of it. Keep track of it, because my go-to, which it hasn't happened yet, but in businesses that are not just business, but just government work, I would hit them up again, keep track of them, of who you send it to. But around that next year, getting close to like a year out, I'll do the same thing again. That's just me. Do what y'all want. If you want to wait 6 months, you wait 6 months. Mine is a year, and I normally, we're talking emails, even though I send it around the same time. That's why I say normally about a year. But keep in mind, I'm going to figure out how that company operates, because remember we talked about this before, between fiscal year and calendar year. I'm going to learn how this company operates, and I'm going to send it, because I said a year, but say that fiscal year for that company starts on October. I'm going to reattack with the same method around the beginning of their fiscal year, because that's when they're getting ready to spend money and they want to start making the plan for the year and start setting aside budgets. And you might get like, hey, how much you charge for a mile per mile, or how much do you charge for local, because they're setting up their budgets. But after that, again, that's when it starts looping around that year. Eventually, they're going to answer. Eventually, they might not. Even if they say no, I'm still going back around the next year, because that's how you build the business. Think about the emails you get. You might say no, and they're going to call and follow up with you again later. But yeah, that's the capability part of it. You build it. We saw the generic, and then we tailored it down. Again, you got to tailor it to your needs. And then after you get it tailored, what you do with it is you start sending it out in email. Another thing that is done, because we talked about business cards, you also, not a sheet of paper, but like, remember back in the day when you used to go to the club and they used to put the flyers on your car? Along with business cards, I'll make some about that size. And, got your contact information on that and all that. And if it ain't email, hand them out. I do that as well. So yeah, make some about that small, like bigger than a business card. You still got business cards, but make them about that small, because you shouldn't have a whole bunch of stuff on it. If you do, tailor it down a little bit. Just put your information on there once, and then what you're capable of, and drop them off as well. But yeah, that's it for the capability statement. Let me see what y'all over here talking about, because y'all was going in these comments. Where we stopped at. Y'all was talking, man. I love it. Let's see. Okay, this is where I think we're at. Yeah. I have a quick one for DAT too, but think about most people send improperly formatted emails. I use words like we and team. I have different tools for different jobs. We're gonna talk about that one day. I never thought about that. Appreciate you, Rick. We're gonna have to talk about that wording, because that's part of that business etiquette and development. Like y'all seen one of the emails that I sent for the load that was 925. Notice it said team, like Rich said, it said team. And because we're talking in email. So yeah, that does play a part. I need to get more tech savvy. I wish I had a service that could help with this, but I'm willing to learn. Hey, that's how we all in there. We got to jump in here together. That's what we all doing. BG, you are right and exact. That's a great way to get them direct shippers. That's exactly what I want all y'all to get. I want y'all to get what y'all want, especially if you want direct shippers. Rome was built and destroyed in a day. Good things about these templates. Once you make it, once it's done. Yep. That's all you got to do. You are a back office guru. I agree. I agree with y'all. Rich, you is in here today, and I love it. That's why I love this, man. This is what it's supposed to be all about. Another thing is to use ChatGPT to find the freight forwarder in your area and send these emails to them. I didn't even think about that. That's a great idea. Yeah, that's those services. We got to start using this stuff, man. That's a good one. That's a good one. I like that. What's good, fam? Hey, you ain't missing nothing. You still in the building. I like it. You came in this thing. I wish I have a lot of opportunities to improve too. We both, all of us do. That's why we all sitting there, because we helping each other and we trying to improve and getting better together. But yeah, fam, that was them. I caught up on them questions fast. Didn't think it was gonna go that fast, but yeah, that's the capability statement stuff, fam. So yeah, I'm make sure I get those in the community. I got to figure out that first one because it's like 3 pages long. I'll figure out how to get that one up there. I might put that one separate because it's 3 pages long. I'll figure something out. But yeah, that's exactly how we do it. Just that simple, man. Like capability statement. So if you keeping up, that's how it all kind of, where did it go? That's how it kind of all goes hand in hand. Like the vision is steps to it. So you got to create them, not necessarily in order, but you have to know your vision statement, what you have for your business. You have to know your mission statement. You need to know your value statements, because that dictates where you're going to take your business and then what you're going to dive off into. Like, you notice how we have some fam there, as they're getting started, they're like, hey, what about insurance? Or what about MC? Or what about this company? Like, we all been there. You're not alone. That's where you find out which way you want to go. Because I can't lie, when I first got in, I was like, hey, I find me a direct shipper, because I hear people talking about direct shipper. But once I found out what it was, I'm like, that doesn't align with the vision that I have for the business. So I was like, I don't want to go that route. So as you make the vision and the mission, because if you skip and just jump in your capability statement, you're going to always go back and retweak it, because you just running blindly, I guess you could say. And I don't want y'all to do that. So that's why you got to know what the vision is for the business. Then you got to use that. What's those daily things you're going to do in the mission and the values that you're implementing in your business. And then you can figure out what you're capable of and what your capability statement is going to be. Because if you're not one of those people that, if your business is, I want to do, let's say, pick up, what's it called? Waste removal, like remove heavy appliances or something, then obviously final mile delivery ain't gonna be your thing. But if you ran out there listening to other people running down the final mile delivery part, then you just gonna miss it, because it doesn't go with what your vision is for your business, because you want to haul away appliances. So yeah, that's all it is. But let me check these comments one more time before we get up out of here, and y'all know, because y'all know how we do. Besides, I told y'all already, I need to take a vacation. Let's see. Let's see. All right, that's why I stopped the quick talking about hollering at Nelson. Everybody hollering at Nelson. Nelson hollering back. Trailblazer. BG, how can I set up a one-on-one? It's a link in the description of the videos. It's how is it labeled? It's basically the first one, the first link in the like when you go to the description, it's the first link that's in there. That's it's like let's make a strategy, I think it's called. I gotta go look again, but it's the first link that you come to when you go to in the description, and we can set that one-on-one up. But yeah, fam, that's all I got. Yeah, and I got caught up on the comments. Look at that. What do you say? Look at God. But yeah, fam, man. This is fun. I like this part. I like y'all. I like all the stuff that y'all talking about in the comments. I like all the help and support, because y'all not taught me a lot tonight. I appreciate that, because I learned a lot. And then Rich came through dropping nothing but nuggets all night long. Appreciate all your help. The quicks as usual. Everybody, I appreciate all y'all, because y'all is helping out the fam, and we are growing, and I am loving it. One more. I'm doing a 300-mile load tomorrow for $250. I asked for more, but that's all they had. But yeah, if that's all, it's not all they had. I'll tell you that much. But that's the start. I don't like every load isn't gonna be the home run hitter when you're building, especially in the building stage. It's going to come, but it doesn't. That's crazy. It don't come when you want it, but he don't come when you want him, but he's always on time. It's gonna come, but don't let it frustrate you, especially this time of year, because this is when it's getting to going. And it's shocking as this might sound. There are people like me that are just sitting back chilling. So the demand isn't as high. It's not like I noticed some of the lows I got. They weren't just falling off the board as fast because a lot of us, like myself, like, hey, gonna chill out. I ain't finna rip and run dry myself. But when they pick back up, that's when it's time to go ape. Yeah. Oh, no problem, fam. No problem. I can't wait to link up with you. I just got fussed at how the wife said I should have seen you a long time ago before I spent all my money with other people. You know, we already had that conversation. I ain't doing that. Dallas to Las Vegas tomorrow. Everyone be safe. Yeah, Rich, you stay safe out there, fam. Safe travel. Safe travel. Is this a turnaround or one way? Yeah, is it a turn? I think it's one way. Go get them, fam. Sounds like a nice bag. Yeah, it is, Rich. I know it is. But yeah, fam, finish up with that one. But yeah, y'all know what time it is because we knocked that thing out the park. So y'all know what time it is. It's time to shut this thing down. So as always, except for y'all that's driving, just listen. But everybody else, close them eyes and bow their heads. Lord, oh gracious God, we come once again to say thank you for the blessings that you have bestowed upon us. You have brought us back together another week, and another week has been prosperous because not only did we make it through it, but we were able to come together again as one and solve problems, create way forwards, and continue to build as a family. We ask that you continue to watch over all of us as we travel, whether it be by air, ground, sea, whatever it may be. Please watch over us all and keep us all safe. Let us stick to our values. Let us stick to the mission that you have us on so that we can attain the vision that you have set before us. Let us not try and go above our boundaries and stay within the capabilities that you have given us in those parameters as we continue to grow, not just as a family, but in our skill set, our mindset, and continue to grow into the person and the people, the family that you want us to be. I just ask you to keep us all safe. Watch over us this week until we all meet again. I just ask these and many more blessings in your darling son, Jesus' name. Amen. And just like that, make sure I ain't missing nothing. Make sure, drive safe. Yep. Slow season. Yep, I think it's slow season. The rates are lower. Yep, that's it. That is true. Thank you, Jesus. Hey, fam, that's what we're here for, y'all. Hey, y'all are all a blessing. We all a blessing, but everybody be safe. Y'all enjoy this week. Get that work. Get them bags. As for your boy BG, I need a vacation. But don't worry. I'm taking y'all with us. We ain't gonna leave y'all. Y'all probably like, where you going? I've been telling y'all all day long for years and the past 2 years. My family, we like Carmen Sandiego. I ain't telling you where we going. You gonna see when we go. But it's time for the Billboard to take a break. Plus, I owe my family. Besides, somebody was suggesting stuff to the wife. Now I gotta go take her places. But it's all good, fam. So yeah, I'm about to get up out of here. Y'all be safe. We all gonna be safe. And I'm gonna let y'all know when we go. But until then, because it ain't gonna be a lie, we'll figure out because we gotta still drop the accountability video. So the raid won't be the lie. So y'all be safe. We gonna be safe. I'll let y'all know where we going, when we going. But as always, until the next video, y'all stay blessed.